Good afternoon. Welcome back to Maximize Your Monday. I apologize for those who were tuned in to our previous broadcast and I was having some difficulty, so I do apologize. I do apologize. Welcome to Maximize Your Monday. I thank you for tuning in. We are here every single Monday at noon. Good afternoon, treasure. Hey. Listen, I need you guys to do me a favor. I know that we're starting a little late, but I need you to share this broadcast. Yes, share this on your page so that others can be maximized on their Monday. Good afternoon. Hey. So listen, I want you to share this broadcast because today we are going to talk about something that's really passionate to me. Something that's really passionate to me and something that's really passionate to Chase Great Enterprises. So I want you to pay attention, tune in. I'm going to be brief on your lunch break or, during your mid-afternoon because I know that our time is very, very precious. But I did want to jump in today for Maximize Your Monday, and I wanted to talk to you about you mattering, about you being important, about what you have to offer to the world. It truly matters. You guys know that I'm always taking notes, so I'll be veering to my left or veering down so that I can read my notes, so that I can make sure that I'm giving you everything or providing everything that's necessary for you to have a productive week. Here every Monday for Maximize Your Monday, I make it my obligation to tune in noontime so that I can make sure that I'm pouring, make sure that I'm giving you, make sure that I'm giving you everything that I have to make your week productive. I understand how it feels to sometimes get up and start your day. Hi, sister. I'm glad you are with us live. Hello. Listen, I know how it feels sometimes to start your day or start your week and feel like, what difference does it make if I give it my all? What difference does it make if I pour my everything into whatever it is I'm working towards? What difference does it make? Does it really matter? And I wanted to go live today to let you know that, hey, listen, it really does matter. It matters. You matter. Everything that you have to offer the world matters. If you're a mom, you matter. If you're an employer, you matter. If you're an employee, you matter. So I want you to share this broadcast on today because we're going to jump in and we're going to talk about something that's really passionate to me. Again, thank you so much for joining me today for Maximize Your Monday. My name is LaToya Early. I am an empowerment speaker and I am founder and owner of Chase Great Enterprises, where we are constantly changing the momentum of your pursuit. Not only your pursuit to happiness, to your pursuit to success, but most of all, your pursuit to purpose. We are a purpose discovery, leadership development resource for innovators who are looking to discover your life's purpose. Not just discover your life's purpose, but learn how you can create a lane by helping others discover their life's purpose. We have created a coaching community here with Chase Great Enterprises where we offer trainings and workshops and purpose development so that we can help you help others chase great. So thank you so much for joining me on today. I appreciate you. And today we're going to talk about it matters. Building the internal you. Building the internal you. It's so funny how I can remember when I was working my 9 to 5. I can go back to my early 20s when I was working, and I would go into my job, I would go into my workplace. And sometimes I felt like it didn't matter if I was on time or it didn't matter if I gave my all because I didn't feel like it mattered. Sometimes I wouldn't share my ideas or I wouldn't share my voice because I felt like it didn't matter. Sometimes I wouldn't speak up for myself because I felt like it didn't matter. And it took a while, took a long time for me to really discover and understand that everything about me matters. Everything that I have matters. Everything that I give to the world matters. Whether or not I'm giving to my children, whether or not I'm giving to my employer, whether or not I'm giving to my husband, whether or not I'm giving to you, it matters. And I want you to know that sometimes you get into those moments where you feel like it doesn't matter. Sometimes you get into those moments where you feel like that what you have to offer to the world is inadequate or it's insignificant. But I want you to know that you were created significant. You were created with all of the qualifications accomplishments that you need to be great. You were created with everything that it takes for you to go out and conquer the world and become everything that you need to become. Listen, I know sometimes society makes us feel like that if we don't have certain degrees or if we don't have certain accolades or accomplishments under our belt, that we can't reach the success that we desire. But listen, I have a challenge for you, because this is where I stumbled. I stumbled trying to compare or trying to reach the level of success that I saw in other people. So when I saw that I was unable to reach that level of success, what began to happen is I started to devalue who I was, and I started to feel like I didn't matter. If I couldn't bring to the table what I saw other people bringing at the level that they were bringing it, at, I felt like I didn't matter. If I wasn't, because I didn't do, or I didn't give, or I didn't change, or I didn't the way that people thought that I should, I felt like it didn't matter. And it took one time for me to be sitting at a table and for me to I was pouring out my ideas and pouring out my vision, and I was really trying to offer my significance to a vision. And the visionary told me that unfortunately my ideas couldn't be taken because I wasn't credible. And I don't think that that person understood or recognized at that moment how that changed my way of thinking. Because remember, from childhood from childhood to adolescence to teenagers to young adult, all you do is you strive to be validated by someone next to you. You strive to be validated by your employer. You strive to be validated by your parents. You strive to be validated by your peers. So when you get to that place and you're sitting at the table and you're looking to present what you have to offer, and someone tells you that your information, your ideas are not credible enough because there's not enough history behind you as a person, it can really diminish and devalue who you are. But I've learned that God made me significant and credible already, right? He's already given you the significance of your greatness. He's already given you everything that you need to be great. And I wanted to share with you, and I wanted to encourage you and let you know that you really do matter. Like, really, seriously. So of course I had to jot down a few notes, because it was really starting to bother me how I've watched people go into the workplace and they sit before their managers or their supervisors or those who are in some sort of leadership position, and they feel like what they have to offer to the company or to their position isn't good enough because they don't look like, or they don't have the things that that leadership or that supervisor tell you you need to have in order to be great. I've been in that position. And being in that position is a terrible feeling, because you have some dreams, you have goals, you have particular skills that you were given so that you can help someone else be great. And if you don't start to recognize that what you have on the inside matters, what happens is you sit on it and you allow it to doormat within you, and you never bring it to surface and help the people that you are assigned to help. Now, let's use myself as an example. What if I had have allowed the person who told me that my ideas, my vision, my skill was incredible enough because of the history that I didn't have behind my name, or the money tag that I didn't have behind my bank account? What if I had have allowed them to tell me that I wasn't credible enough, and it prevented me from going out and starting my business? See, what I use the fuel to push me versus hinder me. And I want you to do the same. Treasure, your history of experience isn't significance. Your purpose is your true value. You matter. And that's my point. That's my point. Don't get me wrong. The experience in your history adds value. It makes you greater. It drives the value of what you already have greater. Absolutely. But it doesn't identify your greatness. Your purpose identifies your greatness. What you have on the inside, listen, This is what's so funny. Now, I've been an encourager pretty much my whole life. I've always been able to take an idea or a vision or a company and take it and just see greater, see bigger, right? I've always been able to see in other people what it seemed like they couldn't see in themselves. And what God showed me is that the reason why I've been seeing and doing that way, being that way my entire life, is because every word that I spoke into someone else that may have boosted their confidence or made them feel better or made them see the greater that I see within them, that was my purpose being served. So while I was sitting at the desk of my 9 to 5, or back in the day when I was working 6 to 2 and all different type of crazy shifts, I never knew that from the time that I was a dispatcher, from the time that I was sitting at the table typing away and being an administrative assistant, or even being an executive assistant, I didn't know that every time that I opened my mouth, my purpose was being served. But the problem is that I never sat down long enough to really identify my purpose so that I can make sure that it's being maximized at all capacity. Listen, your purpose matters. It makes you who you are. It makes you, listen, there's so many people who are looking for fulfillment. This presidential election is the epitome of lost. Okay, and I'm saying that because yesterday my husband, shout out to the CHH plug, but my husband does a radio show and they were talking about the election, and a lot of people were debating, they were going back and forth about the election, saying how people are pushing others to vote, but no one is educating them on who we're voting for. So you're just saying, hey, go out and vote, but yet you haven't sat down to really educate yourself on who you're voting for. So of course I want to encourage you. You have shot in 24 hours left to educate yourself and really discover and learn who you're supposed to go out, or who you should go out and vote for. But I want you to look at yourself. I want you to look at yourself and say, you know what? If I don't become great and start to realize that who I am and what I have to offer matters, I am only adding to the diminishing of our nation. I know that you may feel like that you're a small piece, but your small piece matters. Because every person that you share your purpose with, every person that you serve your purpose to, you're helping them be greater. So if you're helping them become greater and they're helping someone else become greater, look at the domino effect. Stop thinking that you're only a small piece of the pie. Because without that small piece, there couldn't be a pie. Every piece matters. Every piece is important. Every piece needs to be utilized. Every piece needs to be maximized. Every piece needs to be discovered. I don't want you to no longer walk upon this earth, go day to day, existing and not living. Do you know that you matter to your children? Do you know that you matter to your spouse? Do you know that you really do matter to your employer? Do you know that you matter to this world? Do you know that there is something that is so great and something so unique that I can't bring forth unless you are ready and willing to bring it forth? Do you know that there are people who are waiting on you? There are people who are waiting to see you be great so that it can give them the courage and the confidence that they can be great? Listen, you matter, okay? It matters. And the only way that you're going to be able to see the value in your worth, see the value in your purpose, see the value in who you are, is if you take the time to build internally. All of our lives we've been taught, especially my women, all of our lives we've been taught to build externally. From the time that you were a toddler, the first thing mommies go out and do is get manis and petties with their daughters. From the time that you were a toddler, the first thing as a son, what you're constantly getting a haircut. You're constantly applying lip gloss or chapstick. You're constantly getting your hair done. You're constantly going shopping to stay within the latest trend. You're constantly, as you grow, you're constantly trying to lose weight and fit into the social acceptance. You're constantly trying to fix the external parts of you, not knowing that the external parts of you have nothing to do with the internal parts of you. While I was learning to put on lip gloss and learning to keep my hair neat, I wasn't learning the significance of the love of my Father. I wasn't learning the significance of the confidence and self-esteem that I had to pour inside of myself. I wasn't learning that the mistakes that I made in my 20s for not carrying on the inside will soon surface in my 30s. I didn't know that because no one taught me that my internal development is more important than my external. No, I'm not saying go out here and just look a mess. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that you need to feed your internal more than you feed your external. So I know I'm on your time. And again, I started a little late. So I want you guys, if you have anything to say, if you have some questions or some comments, please feel free to address them. I am open. I am here. But I want to help you recognize that you matter. And that your internal development is what needs to be nurtured so that you can sow, so that you can reap. Your internal development is what needs to be developed at its healthiest so that you can be great in all that you do. I don't care how many times you lose weight or go to the gym. I don't care how many times you go get your hair, your nails done, or get your hair cut. If you are not working on the inside of you, and I mean your heart, I mean your soul, I mean who you are on the inside, your external will mean nothing. You matter. What you have to offer to your employer matters. What you have to offer to your children matters. And most importantly, your purpose matters. How to balance the external and internal, because it's all a representation of you. That's a good question. Let me tell you what's so funny. It's we've been taught backwards, right? We've been taught that if you work on the outside, everything will be great. If you work on the exterior, you'll be happy. You'll feel successful. You'll look successful. When you walk into a room and you see a woman in a business suit and her hair is nice and her nails is nice and everything, you automatically think that she's successful and she's smart. We're not knowing that on the inside she's hurting, she's broken, she's internally bruised. So how do you balance? Work on the inside, and what is being deposited on the inside will come on the outside. So it happens naturally. When you work on you on the inside, the happiness, the glow, the success will ooze through your pores. And it'll make you want to make sure the external is together, because the internal is what's pushing you to be great. See, when you walk out the house, you're not supposed to be trying to look cute or look great for someone to look at you and give you a compliment. You're supposed to step out the house and look great because you feel great. But if you don't feel great, but yet you trying to look great, somebody can come to you and knock you off your horse really If you walk out the house and you got the freshest outfit on, your hair laid, your nails laid, everything is good. And then you walk into a room and someone turns their nose up at you or tell you that what you have on doesn't match or isn't nice or whatever the case may be, and it immediately ruins your confidence. That's because you spent more time building the external than you did the internal. Because if you knew who you are, if you knew what you had, if you recognized your value, it doesn't matter what anybody said to you when you walked into a room, because you knew who you were. So yes, there is balance. But you have to start on the inside if you're expecting your outside to matter. Again, thank you so much for joining me for Maximize Your Monday today. I want to open up the floor. I wanted to talk because I've really been focusing on the internal development of entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs. I've really been focusing on the development of my coaching team, making sure that if they don't receive validation anywhere else, they know that if they come here, I am going to be their biggest cheerleader. I am going to be, if nobody else believes in what they have, I do. And the reason why I say that, the reason why we Chase Great created the community is because so many people devalue other people's dreams, and it keeps them from moving forward. Someone else always have something to say about your dream, about your vision, and you listen to them. And then now you're wondering why you haven't launched your business or why you haven't yet been fulfilled or discovered your purpose. It's because you took your idea to someone else and they couldn't see the value in it. Well, guess what? My name is LaToya Early and I'm a vision coach. And I can see in you, I can see something in you that you may not be able to see. And that's the greater that's within you. That's how amazing you are. Value you first. Absolutely, Aisha. Value you first. But before you can value you, you have to first discover your value. It's hard to value something that you don't know what you're valuing. It's hard to love something that you don't know why you love them. I love myself. This is crazy. This is like crazy. I love me because God trusts me enough to help you. I love me because I know that I have everything that you need to be great. Isn't that crazy? That's great. That just blew my mind. That wasn't on my notes or anything. That just came to me. But how can you value life if you don't know what you're valuing? I need you to know that you matter. I need you to know that everything from the hair on your head to your skin color, to your size, your shape, your parenting, your mother, your father, your children, your home, your financial status, it matters. You're going through the financial struggle or heartache that you're going through because there's something that you need to learn in it. It matters. This message should be repeated over and over. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate you. Listen, Brenda has a book called Discover Your Purpose. She has a book called I'm Not the Only One Who Recognizes How Purpose is the Core of Everything That You Do. Purpose is the core of everything that you do. And if you don't know your purpose, if you don't know why you're here, if you don't know why you're doing what you're getting up every single day, going to work, eating lunch, doing your work, getting off work, coming home, washing, cooking, doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you're wondering why you're not fulfilled? You're wondering why you're not fulfilled in life, why you can't find happiness. You're like, listen, I make a nice wage at my job. I have a great salary. I have a great boo. I have a great wardrobe, but I'm still unfulfilled. It's because you're so busy looking on the external that you haven't taken the time to develop the internal. The internal you is what brings you happiness, peace, joy, prosperity, longevity, wealth. The internal you. And know that that matters. So listen, I'm done. I can talk about this all day. You guys know how I get when I talk about how much you matters. You guys know when I'm talking about you, because I need you to see what I see. And although I may not be talking to each one of you individually, but every person that joins me for Maximize Your Monday, I believe in you. I do. And I want to help you use your unique gift. I want to help you discover your purpose and learn how to use it to make a greater life. Not just as an entrepreneur. I'm not talking about just entrepreneurs. I'm talking about the one who wants to work a 9-to-5. You want to work a 9-to-5? That's perfectly fine. But don't do it in vain. Make sure you are still applying the very best you to that situation. Be great at who you are. And don't settle for anything less. Thank you guys so much for joining me for Maximize Your Monday today. I appreciate you. Yes, what is your why? Very good, Isha. I love it. Yes, congratulations to Brenda in her book. Discover Your Purpose is her book. We actually go through the purpose discovery experience here with Chase Great Enterprises. I'm trying to get Brenda to come aboard so that she can help us be a part of helping others discover their purpose. But listen, purpose discovery is probably the most important, one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Because why continue living a life if you don't know why you're living? I really want you to think about that. Why live a life and you don't know why you're living? When God woke you up this morning, it wasn't because he didn't have anything else to do. It was because you have an assignment. It's because he has something greater for you. But how can you discover, or how can you live in that greater if you have not yet discovered it? All right, I'm done for real. I'm serious this time. Seriously. So do me a favor. Share this broadcast. Share this on your timeline. I would love to hear others and see how we can help them be great. I would love for others to hear this message. If you felt that this was beneficial for your day, beneficial for your week, be sure to join us. We are live Mondays for Maximize Your Monday, every Monday at noon. And we are live Wednesdays for our midweek leaders chat for 6 p.m. So listen. You guys know I'm always talking about how your purpose matters and how you matters and how we need to build you internally. So join us Wednesday for our midweek leaders chat so that I can speak directly to the leaders and help you build yourself internally. There are some things that you need to discover about yourself. There are some things that you need to unlock so that you can be greater for the people that you are assigned to lead. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to inbox me. If you are interested in joining our coaching team, if you are ready to create the platform to help other people discover their life's purpose through public speaking, through purpose discovery, through specialty coaching, and through leadership development, I want you to inbox me. We will love to have you on our team so that we can help you create your own lane and the purpose that God has given you. So have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, and be blessed. Love you.